Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Pink Floyd Completion Project. As you can see, I'm in a new set. This is very temporary. Hopefully, it's just this one video. It's raining outside right now, and I'm pretty sure next week I'm gonna have to move over to the chair that I originally did this from, and I've learned a lot more about actually setting the shot up. So hopefully, those will look significantly less shite than the last time I used it, which I believe was for Adam Hart Mother. But today we are looking at Roger Waters' Us Plus Them, which is the live album which documents the tour he did for his god-awful album, Is This the Life We Really Want? Which I literally reviewed last video, and I hope to fucking God you watched it. Nickelback and a member of Pink Floyd put out an album the same year, and Nickelback had the better album. Like, that's something I forgot to say in that last video, but oh god. Fuck. Like this live album is not much better. Like, really, its only saving grace is that, it's, old Floyd stuff. Which, the best versions of those are either, live by Pink Floyd themselves or on the studio albums by Pink Floyd themselves. So, yeah. But Us Plus Them, it has an intro at the beginning. It almost could have been on the Endless River, minus the gunfire. It's really weird. It's like a new studio track. It might have been recorded live. I don't know, but a lot of these early songs initially certainly feel like they've been overdubbed. But then you've got Speak to Me and Breathe. It annoyingly has part of the monologue on the first song of Is This the Life We Really Want? So it, automatically this version is worse. But apart from that, it's a well-rehearsed band playing Breathe. It sounds like a really good tribute band. I don't have a problem with tribute bands, but when it's a member of Pink Floyd themselves, you want it to sound a little bit better than a tribute band, and oftentimes with Roger Waters, it sounds significantly worse than a tribute band. One of these days, the bass is really distorted, but it's not in a cool way. Like, apart from the first note was actually really cool. Moments of it almost feel overdubbed, and I really miss Dave. I really miss Dave on this version, man. Like, I miss Dave and Rick through this whole fucking shenanigan. I almost turned it off. And I almost turned off Is This the Life We Really Want? But I was closer with this because I was just so fucking bored. Oh my god. Time, the clocks feel, put in later, everything apart from the dubs feels overdubbed until like halfway through the intro. If the camera shakes a little bit, I have two cats that are very interested as to why there's a table set up right here. Hey cat, please get away from my foot. And then Roger was definitely starting to lip sync at the. God damn it, cat! Sorry about that. But Roger was definitely starting to lip sync at this point, because I heard the album and he couldn't. He wanted to reach those high notes and he couldn't. And so I definitely think he's lip syncing at this point. John Caron's back. He does great. And the solo feels like something out of a Brit Floyd show. Nothing against Brit Floyd. I've seen them 6 times, and they're fucking awesome. I might do a whole video about my opinions on, tribute bands. I actually like the idea. Like, I really do. But anyway. Yeah. Great Gig in the Sky is the... Oh. Yeah, Great Gig in the Sky is the first song that doesn't feel overdubbed at all. John subs in for Rick and does great, but in terms of the vocals, nothing's going to beat the original. It's just not going to fucking happen. Because Claire Torrey just ripped it out in one take, and the band was like, okay, cool, good. Welcome to the Machine. Roger is definitely lip syncing here. It's a more straightforward recreation of the album version as opposed to what it was on the In the Flesh live album, which now I got a link in the description because I've mentioned it. Um, but it's, you know, like Dave and Rick are sorely missed as usual, and then the rhythm guitarist feels like he's almost putting in the dun 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 portion of Dogs, which is weird because you know Roger does Dogs in the later on in the show. Um, Song 79. This is, you know, shit from Is This the Life We Really Want? The production is marginally better here. Everything else still sucks. However, Picture That does get an actual guitar solo. So if you want to hear a really shitty song with a half-assed guitar solo, this is the fucking version of something from whatever the fuck. I forgot the title and I wrote it the fuck down. This is the version of Picture That for you. Woo! Ugh, God. Can you tell I really fucking don't like the album? Wish You Were Here. It's Wish You Were Here with Roger singing. What do you want from me? No, he doesn't sing What Do You Want From Me. He wouldn't do that because he, you know, had no involvement with that album, and in fact hates it arguably more than a momentary lapse of reason. Happiest Days of Our Lives, Another Brick in the Wall, Part 2 and 3. I have nothing to say. Nothing to say. It's just, you know, another brick. It's just Happiest Days of Our Lives, and then the parts of Another Brick in the Wall, Part 2 and 3. So they. Dogs is pretty faithful to the original. The guy singing, Dave's part, does great. Like, they've got annoying added gunfire, which I later realized might have just been a really shit drum fill. Without the Floyd, this is kind of boring, and I really miss Rick. When it goes to the keyboard solo, you really feel just how not great Roger is at putting together bands that can match the Floyd. It's just, ugh. I was so fucking bored. This was where I about turned it off. It's 2 hours. It's not even 2.5 hours, which has been basically every other live album I've looked at recently. Right? So by comparison, this, you might think, oh, this is mercifully short, but it feels like it's 6 goddamn hours long. Jesus Christ. Pigs, this is, you know, closest to in spirit to the original, but that's, like, to be expected. If you watch live performances of this is where he starts bringing back the Trump bitching, at this point in the set. It's just bad. Money, like, it's Money, but worse. And then there's this really fucking stupid bullshit, like, before the sax solo. It's dumb. Why is it there? It doesn't need to fucking be there. I can't even explain it. It's just fucking stupid. Don't subject yourself to it. Oh my god. Us and Them, I was so fucking bored, I didn't even write anything else. I just wrote, I'm so fucking bored. Brain Damage and Eclipse, there's like a reprise of the intro of the album, Get Away from the Table Cat. Once again, it sounds like a really good bar band. And then at the end of it, you know, once it concludes, Roger does virtue signaling. And then tracks 20 and 21 are basically studio reprises of songs from Is This the Life We Really Want? skip it. Just fucking skip. Again, don't even bother. Like, I can't say this is the worst experience, but don't even fucking bother. Like, it's just bad. It's really bad. Holy Christ. I tell you, man, these last two albums almost make Taylor Swift look talented. And that's impressive. It's impressive that you can make something so shit that Taylor Swift looks talented. Alright. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like on it. If you have something to add, please do so in the comment section down below. If you want to hear me talk about something other than music, I have a podcast called Dorkies. We actually film in this location quite frequently when we do that. I will post the most recent episode of that in the description down below. And if you want to continue along this musical journey with me, please feel free to subscribe. If you want to hear what I happen to be listening to that day, or a 15-second segment at least, you can follow me on Instagram at Sean_Heaster1979. I post a 15-second segment of a song there every day. Next week, the schedule, I believe next week is the last full week of this project that I have to do, because then it is actually. We're going to start, it's going to start with Nick Mason's Saucer Full of Secrets live at the Roundhouse. So that should be a good time. And then we got to do Roger Waters' The Lockdown Sessions and the god-awful Dark Side of the Moon Redux. But then we end it on a very, very high note with David Gilmour's most recent album, Luckin' Strange. So that will come out on the Thursday. I will make that on the Thursday, hopefully. And then it'll probably either come out that Friday or that Saturday. And then I believe, Friday or Saturday, I will be doing the ranking video. I might review the concert that I went to. It was fucking great. I might review the David Gilmour concert. I'll just have to, look up what he played that night and just tell you how awesome it was, because it was. But anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.